What is up, guys? David here from Overland Nomad, and I'm going to do a little impromptu review on my Roam cases. I have this one and have that one over there, which I'll get over there to show you. I want to do a little review because we are at Big Bend Ranch State Park. We've been out here. This was our second night. They've been in the back of my truck for the last 3 days, and we're in the backcountry. We did a lot of off-roading, a lot of little hill climbs and whatnot, and these things got abused in the back of the Frontier over there. And I want to show you how they perform. So let's get started. I'll put the name down below of this model, but this Roam case, I believe it's a 150 liter. I might be wrong. Oh, before I get started, Roam did send these out to me a while back for Instagram purposes. It was like to make content. They weren't asking for a YouTube review, but I'm gonna make one, and I'm gonna be completely honest of how I feel about them. What I like about these is that it has wheels to make it really nice to move around. Even here, I just dragged them. It's got handles on both sides, as you can see. Let's move over here. It's got a bottle opener, and it has these latches all around. It's got 2 on the side and 3 in the front, which are real heavy duty. Let's go ahead and open the box up. This is my kitchen box. And as you can see, it's got these hinges with these shocks. So you just pop it open and then it just pops up by itself, which is really nice and convenient, and it stays open. You know, if it's windy, it's gonna stay open. It's nice. Okay, let's look at the gasket here. It's got a gasket going all around here, and as you can see, it's got some holes for, looks like some bolts to go through, and that's because they sell this organizer that goes here. That's an additional thing you could buy, which I've been meaning to buy from them. And I believe it's got like different pockets. So it's this panel, it's got different pockets, so you can put all your little things here and there, which would be really nice for this one, because this is my kitchen, and I could put all the utensils and little things in there, because you could use up this space right here. I mean, you got from here this much deepness. So you can see my kitchen. It's really well built. It's taken a lot of abuse. It's got scratches. I've used it multiple trips. I've thrown it in 2 of my trucks, and they perform well. So let's go ahead and close this one. You know, throw the latch on, you're good to go. It's got areas, each one has an area for a lock if you want to put one on. It's got their logo up front. Let's go here and around it. And they're pretty plain, which I like. They're not flashy, which is what I like about them. They don't stick out. Let's go check out the other one. If you're wondering, we are at Pila de los Muchachos campsite out here in the beautiful backcountry of Big Bend Ranch State Park. Here's my other Roam box. This one I use it for just camping gear. We got my lanterns, chairs. Of course, it's important. You got to bring your RC trucks, because man, it's so much fun. My son's over there playing with his. So yeah, this one is a smaller version of that one that's over there. I think this is like the 110 liter. This one's a little shorter. So this one's good, and this one kind of stacks up on top of that one. So let me show you. It's got these little things here, and the other one does too. So whenever I sit this one on top of that one, which again, they're not the same size, that one's longer. When I sit them on top, they don't snap. It doesn't snap on, but it does kind of sit. And if you put a ratchet on top, they'll stay there, which is nice. So yeah, this one's exactly the same. It's just shorter. It's got wheels. It's got the handles and all that. So let's go back to the other one, so I can give you the pros and cons from the boxes I've already used them quite a few times on these camping trips. So let's, I guess, start with the pros. Pros, heavy duty, well made. They are tough. You can throw them around. You can do whatever you want. You can stand on them, sit on them. They're gonna last. And I've done that to them. I've thrown them. I've dragged them here, and they are great. Another pro is that they're customizable. You can add those you can add those panels on it, which I think is pretty cool, and customize them to your liking. There's a lot of space in there. Another thing is that it's, you know, weatherproof, keeps all the dust and sand out. You have a nice and clean interior. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's got these little vacuum, like little air pressure kind of things I've never messed with. What else? They're lockable. I like that. You can throw a lock on it. And it's got wheels, which that's a big deal. I like that. I think that's about it on the pros. We'll go on the cons. Cons, these are expensive, guys. These are they go from, like, I think this one itself is like $500. Very expensive pieces of kit. But I will say, to Rome's defense, is that you're buying something really nice, so you know you're not gonna get a cheap product. It's $500, and this thing's gonna last a long time. I mean, I'm hoping I'll get a few decades out of them. I'm hoping, and I think they will. They're gonna last a long time. Another con, I'm not a big fan of these handles. I'm not. I wish I had like a solid way of grabbing them, which you can grab them from here in a way, but it's very awkward when you are lifting them. It's very awkward. So I wish it had maybe some sort of other way of another type of handle, because when you grab those, because they're so loose, you know, you're moving around like this, it's not that nice. So I don't like that, but maybe I can do my own handle on there. I don't know. We have to look at it. Another con is whenever you are dragging with the tires, you know, you're pulling it, it's always hitting my foot. Like, so I have to, it's a very awkward way of dragging them. So that's another con. And let me think, what else? What other negative I have? I think that's about it. My only thing is the picking them up. It's very awkward to pick up. This one's very awkward because it's longer. That one, not so much. But this one, if it has a lot of weight, or even that one, it gets old quick. And I think that's about it, guys. Other than that, I highly recommend them. If you want to spend the money for a piece of gear that's gonna last, that you could pass it to your kids, I think this is it. If you don't want to spend the money on these, I'll be honest with you. If you don't want to spend the money, they're not as tough, but it's a very good product. What was that?
Get the Plano.
The Plano? I've had Plano.
They're terrible.
They're not that good. They're good, but I'm gonna show you something. Dust, yeah, those are not weatherproof, and I can see yours is already coming off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a better box than Plano for around the same price. All right, here it is, the Husky. These right here, guys. Go to Home Depot, pick yourself one of these. If you don't want to spend the money, pick yourself one of these Husky boxes. I did a review video on them. Actually, these were my boxes that I used prior to the Rome boxes, and I used them at the beach. I used them everywhere, and I never had one issue with them. No cracks, no dust, sand inside of them. Husky has a very small version of this one, then it has this one, and then it has a taller one, which I have those. What I like about them is that they're clear. This is my snack box, by the way, and it's got these latches all around, which you can use as hinges. As you can see, it's got two right there, so you can hinge them. But they are weatherproof, and right now at the time of filming this video, Husky sells them at Home Depot. This one goes for $31. The taller one goes for $36, just a little bit more. They got gaskets all around, which that's what you need to keep everything out of it. But these are your cheap alternative if you don't want to spend the money on these fancy boxes, which I love. But yeah, this is your cheap alternative. How long will these last? I don't know, but I've had mine for about a year to maybe almost 2 years, and no cracks on the tops or anything. But you know, you can't stand on these. I wouldn't stand on this lid. I can throw this overboard. Nothing will happen. These, on the other hand, are, you know, these latches are plastic. This is all plastic, and these, I'm sure at some point we're gonna break. But they are cheap. And actually, you can lock these too. It's got a little hole right here, and you can remove these, and this whole thing will come off, which is nice. So, anyways, that's your cheap alternative, or your Plano box.
I'd just like to add that there's other companies out there, since Rome is pretty big, right? You know, there's other third-party companies out there that add accessories to these as well, like Sherpa Equipment Company, they're a roof rack company. People like to mount these to their roof racks, and when they started, they were drilling holes through the bottom. Sherpa didn't like that, so they have T-slots. You know, it's a big T, and you take this off so you don't need it anymore. And it's a T, and it's a piece of metal, so it'll slide through here, and you can mount it to your roof rack, take it on and off. And there's other companies out there that are doing other things, right? So it's good to have a product that's big in the, market, overland market, that other companies are doing other things too as well. So that's a good thing about Rome, is they're probably the leader in the market for, burly boxes like this. So they're doing a whole lot of things.
There you go. Thanks, Duncan. Duncan pointed out right here, you can see all the dust from the outside, and then you got your gasket, and it's all clean on the inside. Kind of shows you that it's doing its job very well from all the dust from the backcountry here in Big Bend Ranch. Whichever you decide, but I wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on the Rome boxes, and if you decide, go check them out. Again, highly recommend them. Super durable. And we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I'm gonna head back to the trail. So thanks for watching, guys, and I really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, and if you want to follow for more Texas camping content, we'll see you on the next one.